Good day, everyone. I'm Josefina Basquinia, the reporter. My topic for today is economics of education. How is the law of supply and demand applied in the field of education? Factors affecting demand and supply of education. There are different factors affecting demand and supply of education in different parts of globe, including market forces. Market forces can lead to an increase or decrease in demand of education. For example, in this age and era of advancement and technology, education sector is embracing technologies for more skilled employee. Therefore, if the market demands skilled labor, availability of education opportunities. Availability and education opportunities. Education opportunities vary from one country to the other and from one location to the other. If educational opportunities, national economy and its structure. For an economy to grow, there is a need to skilled workforce. This is one of the reasons as to why companies employ people from different countries as long as they have a qualifications. Economic benefits to an individual. Economic benefits to an individual leads an increased demand and supply of education. This is an important factor. It is of notable when an individual feels the need to change a job. Cultural attitudes. Culture also affects demand and supply of education. A culture that values equality education enjoys increased demand and supply of education. What's more, salary scale of public school teacher. The new salary standardization law (SSL) grants salary increase of in government employees, including teachers and nurses, starting January 1, 2020. Under the new SSL, there will be a 4 branches of salary increase every January starting 2020 until 2023. According to Senator Juan Edgardo Sani Angara, Chair of the Senate Finance Committee, among those who will benefit with the biggest increase are the mid-level government workers. Here is the position, salary, grade, basic salary, first tranche 2020, the second tranche 2021, and the third and the fourth. So, teacher 1, salary grade is 11. Basic salary is 20,754. So, teacher 2, salary grade is 12. And the master teacher 18. Master teacher 2, 19. Master teacher 3, 20. Master teacher 4 is 21. And these are the basic salary that we are going to reach for each of the teacher. So the biggest hire is the master teacher. 4 is 63,997. So how does the pandemic affect the public and private education in the Philippines? Education, despite concerns about remote learning enrollment is high, parents voice many concerns about the shift of remote learning, including lack of gadgets, money for load, and time to support children. Despite these concerns, enrollment of academic year 2020-2021 at 93% is only slightly. Outreach efforts by schools had not yet reached all the parents of schools-going children by the end of the survey. The survey included roughly a week before the resumption of classes. By this time, Schools should have reached out to parents to provide information or remote learning and to request by the parents distributed hard copies of the self-learning materials or modules. The amount of time spent by children and adults in education related activities varied dramatically in the month before resumption of the classes. Among enrolled children, 16% spent in time educational activities, 6 either by themselves or with the parents in the previous 7 days, whilst 22% spent 21 hours. How is economy or skill or applied educational sit-up? Observations of an experience with both success and failure suggest that if you're considering such a move, there are 4 necessary but not sufficient conditions that you'll need to address. 1. Internal alignment. First and foremost, your institutional mission has to support, even required, expanding the reach of the institution beyond the traditional realm. Okay, strong leadership. You need to strong leadership, and by this I mean the board, president, CFO, and provost who are committed to the cultivating and the leadership across the institutional strong management. Okay, strong management is critical to achieving economics to scale, and it's very important from leadership. Strategic programming. Last but not the least, the institutional has have the right program and programs that can be delivered at scale. Why should education sector receive the highest budget among the sectors in the government? The budget of the top 10 departments cover 50.8% or 1.71 trillion of the Philippines 3,350 trillion national budget of the Philippines government for 2017. Dubbed as budget for real change, the Duterte administration's first national budget amounts 3,350 trillion and others. According to the Department of the Budget and Management, DBP, People's Budget, DepEd received an increase that 30.22% or 131.75 billion from last year's funding of 435 billion. The 3.4% or 19.4 billion in 2017 DepEd. According to the Department of Budget, the and Management, DBM, this will allow the DepEd to open 53,831 teaching positions and 13,289 teaching posts to address the backlog in facilities. 118.8 billion will be used in construction, repair, and requiring basic education needs. It includes the DepEd's budget will also make additional learning resources available. The department will purchase 55 million textbooks and instructional materials as well as equipment for science and mathematics. Discuss the financing process and management in the Philippines public schools. As has been the tradition, educational is getting the biggest slice of the proposed 2020 national budget. The Department of Education, DepEd, issues the following policy guidelines for the adoption and utilization of financial management operations manual FMAM for all the financial transactions at all levels and department. This is the ensure standard and informed application of rules and process. In financial management operations as described the government, the FMAM becomes the rudiment of the mobilizes financial reform which aims to increase transparency and accountability across all levels of the departments. The content of the manual is prescriptive and it adheres to the basic principles of financial management and operation based on the following current government issuances. The FMAM is a living document that allows easy updating of its provisions for features, government issuance related to finance, procurement, and asset management, and or new developments in school-based management. Through this policy, the DepEd recognizes the importance of continuous professional development of its financial management staff as agents and change the financial reform. The implementation of FMAM includes the development of the 5-year professional capacity building plan, which will have consolidated and implemented in coordination with the Bureau of Human Resource and Organizational Development, the central office. If you were to establish your own private elementary or secondary school, what factors? Identify your NECA 36 to 24 months before opening. Determine what kind of school the local market needs: grade 6, grade 7 to 10, grade 11 to 12, day, boarding, Montessori, etc. For forms committee 24 months before opening. For a small committee of talented and supporters to begin the preliminary work. Include the parents or other permanent members of your community who have financial, legal, management. Find a home 20 months before opening. Locate a facility to house and a school development building plans if you will creating your own. Incorporate 18 months before opening. File incorporation papers with your Secretary of State. The lawyers in your committee should be able to handle this for you. These are the costs associated with the filing. But being under the committee, develop a business plan 18 months before opening. Develop a business plan. This should be a blueprint in how the school is going to operate over its 5 years. Always be conservative in your projections and don't try to everything in this first year unless you have been lucky enough to find the donor. Develop budget 18 months before opening. Develop a budget for 5 years. This is the installed look at income and expenses. The financial person in the committee should be responsible for developing this critical document as always. Project your assumption tax exempt status 16 months before opening. Apply for tax exempt status from the IRS. Again, your lawyer can handle this application. Choose key staff members 16 months before opening. Identify your head of school and your business manager to do that. Conduct your search as widely as possible. Write your description. Solicit contribution and 14 months before opening. Secure your initial funding, donors, and subscriptions. Plan your campaign carefully so that you can build a momentum. Identify your faculty requirements 14 months before opening. It is the critical at attach skilled faculty. Do so by agreeing for competitive compensation. Seal your future. Spread the word 14 months before opening. Advertise for students, promote the new school through service, club presentation, and other community group. Design a website to set up a mailing like keep interesting parents and donors. Open for business 19 months before opening. Open the school office and begin admissions, interviews, and tours of your facilities. January before the fall opening in the latest you can do this. Ordering instructional materials, planning curricula. Orient and train your faculty 1 month before opening. Have faculty in the place to get the school already opening. The first year of a new school requires endless meeting and planning sessions for the academic staff. Get your teachers in the job no later than August 1. Opening day. Make this soft opening at which to welcome your students and may interested parents by a brief assembly. Then off to classes. Teaching is what your school will be known for. Okay, thank you for watching.